Hello everyone, good evening. So in start thought of making a video just to see the price action and again make it much simpler for people still struggling with algo paths. So one thing is clear that to become profitable you don't have to track the entire algo path. Okay, you have to play two paths at a time. And if you truly believe in these algorithms provided by Hopi, you would just trade these two paths as support and resistance and then try to take a trade and target the lows or the highs from where the price is coming, right? So if you repeat it enough times, I mean, there are so many swings in a day, uh, like a swing low and a swing high, or a swing high and a swing low. So you can pretty much trade the entire day at whatever time that you need, or whatever points or uh, target that you have for the day. Okay. So there's no point in tracking the entire path. That will come eventually, but that shouldn't be your focus when you're still unprofitable or you're not consistently profitable. Okay. So focus on two parts at a time. Forget addition of time unless you're looking for 71. Okay. Because 71 is the only time that needs addition. It is not available on the minute scale. So you have to do addition. For everything else, look at minutes first and then subtraction. Okay. All you have to do is have this algo path in front of your system and play it like a game. Okay, so let's play the game. So I'm not cherry picking any trades. So you all you have to do is note down that liquidity sweep is a must on both sides. Liquidity sweep of a high and a low is very important for us to enter the trade. If there is no liquidity sweep, then we are not going to enter. Only exception to this rule is CE times. Clear? Okay. So let's look at it from here. So you want to trade this, maybe this I walked through in the Discord. So maybe we'll look at the PM session on Friday so that it is new to me as well because I didn't trade it. Okay. So if I'm looking at this high, so as soon as I see 1906, so I'm not doing addition, I'm not doing subtraction. I'm just looking at it as a minute and 6 is nothing but 7. So let me write down the CE numbers as well here in the brackets so that you can easily understand. Okay. Now 65 is also something that is not available in the on the minute scale. So and 77. So you can use addition for them, expecting some kind of reaction. Okay. So 47 has another GB level, which is 53, like it's premium GB level. And then you have 29.35. Okay. All right. So I was here. So this is 3 or 7. So 3 can go to 59 or it can go to 29 from algo 2. But always think that clock is moving forward, right? So what does that mean? So you're always going to get, like since the clock is moving always in ascending order, you're going to get the first lowest number that is offering support or resistance based on the path. Now, if you look at the entire two algo paths here, 3 is going to first move and check at 1723 first, and then if it doesn't work there, then it's going to look for 29.35. And if it doesn't work there, then it's going to look for 41.44. And then if it doesn't work there, it's going to look for 59.65. Okay. So the sequence will be the first will always be the lowest time at it's going to look for. Okay. So as soon as I see 3, I know I need to get in at 23. Okay. Forget 17 because you try to enter at 17 and if 23 is is not printed yet in the same area, so then you might want to get out, right? So wait until 23. What does 23 do? Based on that, take your trade. Now here 1916, 1917 is your support. 1922 is resistance. So this is where I would short. Okay. So I'll keep it pretty simple. So this is 3. 17 made a low, but I'm not going to take this long, or you could. And look where what the C is doing. So here it is 23. So I'm going to short it. Okay. Now, once I figure out this 317, then I know I am in this algo, right? 3 and 17. So next it has to end at 71.77 or its discount GB level, which is 29.35. So when it's 1929 makes a low, you want to see what does 35 do. So here 34, 35 is in support. So it just tells you it's continuation. Okay. So you want to long here. Now people can lose trying to sell this 30 and then price chops because in live it's very difficult to predict this. Okay, especially when the market is in a tight range. Now these kind of trades you don't want to trade as well because the highs and lows are pretty close to each other. You want to trade something like this, right? So from here to here, if you're buying, so you have this entire big move to take advantage of. Here it's difficult. Now this is what I do it, right? I try to sell here, buy here. So that is eventually you can do it, but it all has a logic attached to it. It is not random. So once this 35 is in lows, then I know I can buy. So then you should think, okay, 35 can be stopped at what time? Again, clock is moving forward. So 35 will encounter its resistance at 47, 50, 53, 56. But first thing is 47. So you want to look at there, what is happening. So market creates a 46 low, and 45 high here, and then 50 high as well, right? So like the CE time is in the resistance. So this should tell you the market's not in a mood to go higher. So take the trade, target this low. And from here, you know the market will react. It should react at 11. Sorry, I got it wrong here. Should be 14. Okay. So these are the two times that you need to look for. Now here the low is 2017, but I told you that we should look for 11. Now you should always look for 11. What is 11 doing? Okay, so here 11 is here. It's not taking any liquidity. Then look for what 14 is doing. So 14 has taken a liquidity, but 15 is creating it as a swing high. Okay. Now I would not try to take a trade here because now I have only 2 minutes for 17 to arrive. So I don't want the price to go higher like it did. Okay. So the entire algo path is being played out, but we are not going to take a trade here because it didn't sweep a liquidity. And this is 17. Now this is me tracking the entire algo path 3, 17, 23, 29, 35, 47, 11, 17. This is how anybody can do it. Now as I told you, just focusing on two paths at a time. Okay, so here there is 47 and I expect 11 to be here, but it is not. This 00 is in the low, so I don't want to take a trade. Okay, if 11 was in the high sweeping a liquidity, then I would have shorted it. Okay, but it didn't. But meanwhile, you have another liquidity sweep here. Okay, so this is 2005 or 2004. So I'm not adding here. So it's just looking at the minute portion. So this should be 3. Now how we did here, 3 should react at 17. The same thing the market looks, 3 will react at 17. So this is where you need to buy. Okay. So whenever this happens, I will take some partial at 23 because the true support and resistance is C. So here 23 I should be out, and by that time the market took the liquidity. Okay. Now if price consolidates here, whatever you want to call it, time distortion. But you know from 317 the market has to react at 29. So you want to get in here 28, 29, 35, whatever 35 is doing. Here in this case 35 doesn't make any highs or lows. So you're good. So you should take this 2030 as your. Now this is where a lot of people get confused because we were in algo 2 which was doing 35 to 47 to 11 to 17, but where did this 29 come from, right? So this is why understanding this concept is pretty important. Okay, the market is in reverse algo 2 and it will look for a 59 somewhere here, but while it's looking for it, it's going to change the direction or create or play smaller paths using this fact. So 17 will always react at 29.35, although the higher objective is 59, right? So you should be able to take this trade here. So this is 29. Then again, you need to get out at 47, 53. So here 48 is clearly in resistance, which has swept a liquidity. So this just shows that market it's continuously selling. Okay, so you can again get in here, or you need not exit right here because this is 2045. Now 46 is also part of a swing low. So with that idea, you might be able to exit. But clearly once this high forms, you can short again. Okay. And then as I told you, like the previous algo continues, and where does the price stop? It stops at 59. Now think all this. It's very difficult for me to explain this, but you can realize playing just two paths is much more helpful. Okay. Now here 2048, since we passed 29 already, I could think this as either 47 or 29. Okay, because this is in subtraction, I'm not adding. So just by looking at the minute, it is 47. If I subtract, I get 29. So 29 to 00 is a path, right? So based on that logic, it uses this 0059 closer to it. So you can see how this is trying to finish the 59 algo path here, which we are running from the bigger algo, which we are running here. But meanwhile, it's playing these smaller algos 17 to 29, and from here 29 to 00. Now I don't know why it does this. Okay, it could be because price wants to keep going lower to fill these gaps or hit this order block, whatever, but it does this. Now I am also confused when, okay, when this happens, and sometimes I get it wrong. But if I just focus on just two paths, I would probably win more trades here. Like this 3 to 17, I would have won. 17 to 29, I would have won. 35 to maybe here, I would have cut. But this 29 to 00, once it starts taking support here, I could buy. Right. Now here again, 21.6, 21.7 completes the algo 2 reversal from here, and probably we started a new algo 1 from here, right? Because the price stopped at 0.0 from this 29. So then you need to look for 11 and then 41 and all that. Okay. This is where you need to make a decision whether you want to continue tracking the entire path or it is not needed. You all have to do is play two paths at a time. All you have to do is wait for a liquidity sweep on both sides, and if the path matches, take a trade and target those highs and lows. Okay. So if I bought in at 0.0 here, I would target this, but not all the time the target gets hit. Price can drop, and then you should think, okay, why the price can drop. So from here 0.0 it can go to 11 or 14, and before we reach here, if the market makes 11 or 14 high, then I would think to sell and keep targeting this low. Now for a moment forget about algo path, just look what the market does. It does the same thing. It creates a range, then it goes for this range, fails, comes back for this range, tries to attempt for this range again, fails, keep coming back for the lower lows, right? And at one instance it says enough, I'll go for the higher highs now. Okay, and that's what you need to figure out. So in this, the most easiest were, say, this 3 to 17, 17 to 29, 29 to 47. So maybe you exited here. So this adds up. So this is 35 handles, this is 37, and again I'm sure it's the same thing. So it's like 90 handles playing only this. Okay, it's much easier rather than trying to crack your head with all these the entire algo paths. Okay, so same thing, you look here. Okay, 2020, 2120 is your high, and 23 is also the high that is in this wick which took the liquidity. So as soon as you see this, you know you have seen it enough times. 23 is in the resistance, so 35 in support is a buy. So 35, 36 in the support. Just click the button. Hold it till where? 47, 53. That's what happens. It keeps going until 53. Maybe you cut your trade at 47, which is fine. Still, it gives you 63 handles. Yeah. Now you sell at 53 here somewhere. Once you start to see this displacement, then hold till 11. So here 14 is in resistance, the CE is in resistance. So it tells you the market is bearish, so you can sell. Okay. Now, obviously you can't catch every move. That's just not possible. But what I'm trying to tell you here is the market will react at these paths based on the minute or the subtraction that we talked about. So all you have to do is, okay, what is this? 42, 41. Okay. So there is also this, which is 35. Normally 35 stops the price. So whenever I have like two references like this, I like look at both because we never broke above this wick. So now again 35 should stop at 47.53. 35 can stop at 0.0, which it does here. Here 41 should have gone to 3. We get 18.01. It's not pretty clear. Okay, so you can ignore this, or even if you uh, like you're waiting for a 3 low to form, it never formed, right? So you could just miss this trade. There's nothing wrong in missing a trade. Now here also 47, I should look for 11, and then there is no 11. So I'm not thinking, I mean, you could think this as 71 because 71 we need to add. But again, I don't want to complicate my life. So I'm not going to do it. So if I miss it, miss it. I do miss it. But I showed you here, it gives you so many trades. Why bother about some swings that you miss? Okay. So this was pretty clear, 52 to 11. So a lot of people think 16, 6 is 10. I mean, this is what I taught in the earlier stages, so I don't blame you guys. But now you have to get out of this habit of trying to subtract before the minute is even reached. Okay. So 52 is programmed to react at 11. So wait until 11. So 11 is in resistance. Don't worry, we don't care. We need 14 or 15 in support, and it's here. So at this moment, I should aim for this high, and it's a very good risk to reward. 222 handles. Okay, all this retracement, you need not worry. Now, if you dissect this, so then you can see. So from 11 or 14, it should go to 23. So 23 is in resistance. But look what it does. It creates 24, 25 in support. Right? If 23, 24 was also in resistance, this would have come all the way down. Okay? The fact that 23 comes here, 24 is in the support, you can easily buy and hold. Okay? And then our reference is this 11. So 23 didn't come back. So then you can check, okay, next is 59. Now here you can add it, and why this market fell from here is because 16 plus 48 is 65 or 64, and that's why it reacted. At least that's my assumption. That's why it came all the way down. Okay. But then it stopped here, which I don't have an explanation. Like for every swing, I need not have an explanation. Okay. This low is not broken yet. This high is not broken yet. So whatever happens in the middle, I don't care. Now, how do you handle it? It's up to you, right? Would you wait for this drawdown, or would you be confident enough to buy here? It's all up to you. But eventually, the market goes higher. Okay. So again, 54. Just look for 11. What is 11 doing? Okay. So here it's perfect. So CE number is in resistance. So you short. Okay. But after 11, what is the market supposed to take support at? 17. So 17 creates a low. Okay. It doesn't sweep a liquidity, but it creates a low. So then you are confident that 23 will come down. So you short because the C is supposed to react. Okay, I have taken this trade, but you know you should get out at 29. There shouldn't be any ego. You should be out. So 1728 pushes the price higher. Then again 35, I'll again short. Okay, because I know 35 is the CE, it's in resistance, true support and resistance. So I'm going to short. Now 35 should stop at 47.53. So here I have 57, 58, which is again 40, like 56, like plus or minus 1 is fine. So again reverse I'll go to, you can see it. Okay. 11 is in our resistance. I don't want to short. I want to see what does 14, 15 do. So 13 is in the support, 14 is also in the support, 15 also in the support, continues higher. 19 is here, 18 is here, 23 is here. C is in support, price goes higher. This 22 should stop at 35. So it doesn't do. It stops at 32. Now this is like a manipulation because the algo path is not met here. Okay, but I took this trade where I went once this wick went into this, I shorted. But clearly the 35 is not in the swing high, right? So it just falls. I, even if you consider this 34 as the part of the swing high, so 34 should go either to 47, or it can go to 1723. Now here 1840 is 22 and doesn't take liquidity. CEs are not supposed to take liquidities, so you can buy again. Okay. So eventually you could have done all this as well. Now imagine that you are in the trading business not to trade every swing, but now you have the knowledge to trade every swing, which is the biggest advantage that you have. So what you have to do is pick that makes sense. And when you're wrong, just get out. Like you shouldn't be holding, or it's not an ego clash between you and the market. Okay. So if you didn't hold, just get out. Even if you took this profit and it didn't feel right to you because the candles on the buy side are the longs are a little bit stronger and you don't feel like the market will react in this FEG, exit. There's no point. I mean, there's no harm in it, right? But eventually this entire move could have been traded using this same setup. Okay. And the CE times will show you the real bias. Very important point to note is this. Okay, the market may be playing a larger algo, but when it is playing just two paths, it can just look at the immediate resistance or support that the market can get using this fact. Okay, same things you could do. So as soon as I see 1410, so you know 11, so 1123. So my mind is focusing on 23, nothing else. Okay, so 24 made the high. Perfect, fine. I will take a shot. Okay, but it should be very, if the market starts to chop or until 29 here, it's probably going higher. Okay, but in this case 29 was also, or the 30 was also in the resistance, so it's a easy sell. So from 30 you again want to check where is your 47, 52, 53, all that. Now here 53 was there, cut your trade. From 53 again it has to go to 11. So here 15.9, 15.10, 15.11, 15.12. So 15.14 is in support. So you should have bought in here. The window is pretty small between 14 to 17. So here 15.19, 15.20, 15.21. So here 22, 23, 22 is in also support here. Okay. Here you could have genuinely taken a loss. But this is New York Open. So always be a little bit careful here. Right. Maybe I cannot explain here like why price stopped right here at so this was perfect 15.3 to 15.7, right? From here it should have gone to 17, so which is not so clear. Okay, because here 20 and 19 makes a high, so 18 is here, which is not part of the swing high. And this is where I think the 17 was achieved here at 15.32, because we can easily subtract, and from here 3 to 17, and then finally it stopped at 35, which is also came as subtraction. So London session is pretty chill to trade with this strategy because you don't get high wicks which can damage your stop losses. So as soon as you see this 7, price to stop at 23. That should be your aim. So here 222 is in the lows, or you can think this 226, which is also 24. When you subtract, it's in this wick that took liquidity. Buy. Okay, it should stop at 29.35, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't create a high or a low. So then you know 23 should minimum go to 59. So hold it till somewhere 59. Right here it is addition. So 58 is again in support. So hold it till 3. Okay. And you would have caught this entire move, just 200 handles. Okay. So explaining every swing, see how many opportunities you're getting. Now I'm sure nobody is holding till here, but even if you held till this 238 from this low, that's 80 points. Okay. And this was resistance last time, so you can always exit here. It's a right place to exit. So again 6. So again your mind should tell 23. Perfect. Buy. 23 should be 29 or 35. So here in this case 29. So in this case 35 is not created as a swing low or a high, it is a PD array. So use that PD array to go short. But think, okay, now we are coming from 29, should look for 47. So here 48 is in resistance, 53, 56 is in resistance. So here the low should come at 11. Right? So 116 is minus subtraction. If you do, it's 15. So again, here you should be thinking, I should take a shot at 35. So here you could take 137 is 36, short. Hold it till 47 or 53. Repeat the same thing. Okay? So this also you could have traded. So eventually I can explain everything based on this. You can also do the same thing. Here there were many bigger algos, but I am focusing only on 2 parts at a time. Okay, and this is where you need to get good, and the opportunities you get is insane. It's no higher time frame analysis needed, right? Nothing is going to affect because the market is programmed to react at these paths. Match it as a puzzle and keep trading. Okay, all right, so this might help them, especially people who joined new. The others might have a little bit more experience. So yeah, watch this video a couple of times. If you don't understand, ask questions and get good at reading the parts, 2 parts at a time. Okay, I wish you good luck. Thank you for all the support. Take care. Bye bye.